If there are still any dinosaurs out there on a secret island or something, boy, did they get some pretty bad flashbacks this week. The robots can now beat us in a game of horse. And, well, you're about to see perhaps the most significant story we've ever presented here. Let's take a look on the bright side. Hello, my friends, and welcome to The Bright Side. I'm your host, Bob Herzog. So, we spent a lot of time here yucking it up, being silly, acting a fool. Basically, I do things that I think are funny. I like to amuse myself. But if you don't mind, we need to delve into some serious territory here for a second. It's not something that would normally happen here, especially right off the top. You're going to want to hear this, though. It's critically important. Take a look. Boom! Rickrolled! Man, that felt good. But I'm not going all Astley just for funsies. Never Gonna Give You Up has reached a rare milestone. The Rick Astley song, of course, shot to #1 all the way back in 1987. Then, of course, went viral like 20 years later as a bait-and-switch hyperlink prank. Rickrolling, right? All those disguised links, combined with true Rick Astley fans, like myself, have made it one of the few videos from the pre-YouTube era to rack up 1 billion views on the website, and it's likely to keep going as fans and pranksters alike are never going to give this up. By the way, give Together Forever, She Wants to Dance With Me, and Cry for Help a try to. At least those ones. Loves me some Rick Astley.
You have a lot of fans on TikTok. What do you want to say to them?
I do.
You do? What's your best piece of advice for the fans?
Keep moving.
From a YouTube billion to TikTok millions, that video features 2 Joann Fabrics and Crafts employees at the store right up the road here from me in Mason, Ohio. And one of them is Jane, who celebrated her 99th birthday this week. My friend Catherine Robinson shows us that friendship.
More than 24 years behind this cutting counter, more than 14 million views on TikTok. It's all led to the best 99th birthday for Jane Burns.
Happy birthday to you.
A celebration for a queen who certainly fits the description on her sash. 99 and fabulous.
I don't feel any different. The only thing is my knees. I got arthritis in the knees.
Hi, Mama. Happy birthday, baby.
A surprise from her daughter, well wishes from young customers, and cards and cash from across the country.
That's from people on TikTok wishing you a happy birthday. And there's more coming.
All of it stemming from an unlikely friendship.
Happy birthday, Jane.
Co-workers separated by 80 years in age.
We'll get new aprons. We kind of go back and forth and joke with each other. It'll just say, "Hi, I'm TikTok famous." Why are you looking at me like that? She'll call me on my bluff, like I am still a kid and I need to be taught straight, and she's not afraid to do that, but then right after we go back to joking like it was nothing.
Jane has worked at Joann Fabrics and Crafts longer than Maggie Husvar has been alive. Maggie shared about it on TikTok.
You have a lot of fans on TikTok. What do you want to say to them?
I do.
You do.
The video racked up more than 9 million views from people looking for some sage advice.
Just to keep busy and moving. Because when you sit, you seem to deteriorate, I think.
Keep moving, a motto that keeps her at work and a motto Maggie is taking to heart.
She said it perfectly in the TikTok, was to keep moving. But I think another thing that I definitely learned was live a life worth living. Jane has done all this amazing stuff and did more at my age than I'm doing now, and I want to exceed, and I definitely look up to Jane and everything that she's done. For your 100th birthday, we're gonna hoist you up and we're gonna lay you across this, okay?
Catherine Robinson.
Do you wanna try now?
No.
Local 12 News.
Yeah, I love Jane, and one good birthday deserves another. And this World War II vet has Jane by a full year. She was among the first women allowed to join the Navy during the war, and as Mary Bear reports, the Navy helped her celebrate her centennial in style.
How many 100-year-olds do you hear going out in a helicopter flight?
Ima Black makes a great point. This plucky World War II veteran celebrated her century mark in style.
It was an honor to fly Miss Black and show her the city of Jacksonville from the sky and what we get to see every day. She got a great view because it's the seat that provides the best view out the cabin side door.
They left the door open so I could see. I had to hold the button over there. So
Was it really windy?
Ima's great niece is married to a Navy man serving on the Delbert D. Black and loved seeing her great aunt fly for her 100th birthday.
Unreal. I couldn't do it. I'm a little scared of heights, so she's an amazing woman. She's not scared of anything.
it was exhilarating. I felt like I was going to heaven.
Black got the chance to fly with Mayport Helicopter Maritime Strike Squadron 40, the Air Wolves.
I was looking for my husband, but I guess I didn't go up high enough to see him.
She told the USS Delbert D. Black, her late husband's namesake ship, she wanted to ride in a helicopter for her 100th, and the ship made it happen, working with the Air Wolves to fulfill the wishes of this Navy widow and World War II veteran.
It was very different than riding on an airplane. They left the door open so I could see, and I flew over my ship.
She was piloted around the Mayport area in an MH-60R Seahawk and over her late husband's ship, and then taken to the Delbert D. Black, where the ship's command master chief presented her with a medallion honoring her service in World War II.
Felt like she was going to heaven, just not quite high enough to see her husband. That just, that gets me. Let's change up the demographic a bit now, though. You're going to like this young whippersnapper. He loves America's pastime.
I like winning, and I've played on winning teams all my life.
That's Nick Anderson from Minneapolis, and he's a full decade plus younger than the ladies we've talked about so far. The 89-year-old plays softball every Thursday night. Since 1944, when he was 12 years old, Anderson started winning city title after city title, and now he's suiting up with guys who are half his age.
Sons of some of the guys I've played with in the past.
And all he does is throw strikes.
All he does is throw strikes. Anderson has a couple of knee surgeries in his history, so he only pitches for his team at this point. He says when he's on the mound, he feels young again. Now, I love baseball, but in my heart, I'm a basketball guy, and that's why this story scares me so much. Do you remember that episode of Gilligan's Island when the Globetrotters came out to the island and they had to face off against a team of robots? Well, get the Globies ready. We may need them in the real life. An android made its Olympic debut on the basketball court, and it has some serious skills from deep. This is a test video of Toyota's Q robot. The robot, with artificial intelligence, has the ability to grasp and shoot basketballs by itself. The developers claim at one point it won 100 for 100. Now, I don't know if that was from half court or the free throw line, but either way, Globetrotters, get yourselves ready. We may need you. Baseball, basketball, bots, and now a boy and his bike. I do love some alliteration, and I love this story. 8-year-old Henry Cooper requires a special adaptive bike. Well, this summer, a therapist helped him get that bike through a memorial fund. But now the family needs to find a safe place for him to ride. My friend Genesis Narrows has more on how two business owners are stepping up to give Henry and his family an opportunity they've always dreamed of.
Go, Henry, go!
And he's off. An 8-year-old boy in awe with his brand new tricycle, but riding it doesn't come easy for Henry Cooper.
Henry has several disabilities, including a rare genetic disorder that we just recently found out about.
Henry also has autism.
He struggles with things that we take for granted, but he works on those daily, and we're super proud of him.
He's been working on riding a bike for the past 6 months with his occupational therapist, Audrey Butler. Through a memorial fund, she helped him get this adaptive bike for free.
This has been really exciting, and even just from where he started when we tried out some of the bikes at Redwood to where he is now, he's definitely made leaps and bounds.
Beyond grateful for the bike also came with a worry for Henry's parents.
He doesn't understand danger, so he doesn't understand we can't run in the street. He doesn't understand we can't run off, period, run down the hill, and so it's just not possible for him to play out front.
Thinking outside the box, Missy and Brad wanted to get a concrete slab in their fenced-in backyard, but quotes were running high.
When I reached out to Henniger Construction, they said, let's come out and look at your yard. And Tom came out. I'm trying not to cry. Tom came out and he met Henry and he said, you know what? He said, I'm going to try to get this funded for you.
Both the labor and concrete were donated.
I have people in my family that are special needs, so it was just one of those things. Try to do good for somebody.
Once you see another company wanting to help, it makes it easy to chip in and help as well.
They got the job done in a day. And Henry has been riding his bike ever since.
I still can't believe that they came out and did this all for us.
It's hard to describe the emotions of someone doing this for your son.
Henry's smile says it all. A little boy now able to safely enjoy a childhood staple. Reporting in Independence, Jenna Cisneros, Local 12 News.
By the way, that bike would have cost the family about $3,000, and the labor and concrete would have been roughly $4,000. It's just sort of amazing when people give so much. And then sometimes it's the small acts of kindness that can make all the difference. A grocery store worker goes viral for helping a veteran. Rachel Holt has this one.
Briar Pourer is the kind of guy people seek out when they shop at the Market Basket in Oxford.
How may I help you?
He asked me about my day. He lightens my mood. You know, he jokes with me a little bit, makes my day 100% better.
Aside from working at the grocery store for the past 8 years, Briar describes himself as an autistic man that loves music, knowledge, video gaming, and compassion. It's the compassion part that stuck out to emergency room nurse Renee Falcioni during a recent shopping trip.
And I was an aisle ahead of Briar, and he was cashing out an elderly man who happened to be a veteran. And the veteran was short paying for his grocery bill, and without hesitation, Briar took out his wallet and said, "I've got this."
Briar says he knew the man was a veteran because of the attire he was wearing and wanted to thank him for his service.
The gentleman had a couple of basic necessities and looked like he was a little down on his luck, and the man fought for our country, fought for our freedoms, our rights. It's the least I could do for him.
I turned around and I saw the veteran. His eyes just light up, and he shook his hand and said thank you, and he had a big smile from ear to ear.
Renee shared the story on social media, and many who have encountered Briar at the grocery store were not surprised.
I have 2 extra stickers here should anybody want them.
From what I've read on social media, it's not the first time that he's done this, and he's helped so many people.
My parents taught me that hard work, perseverance, and just being kind to others can help accomplish a lot in the world.
The gentleman had used up a $25 Market Basket gift card and still owed $3, an amount Briar happily paid out of his own pocket, proving a small act of kindness can go a long way.
I'm hoping more people can help each other in times of need, whether you be a stranger or a friend, just to make people's day better.
Well, on that day, Briar definitely made at least one person's day better. It's always a good thing to bring a little light into the world. And then there's this. It brought more than just a little light. A huge fiery meteor tore through the Scandinavian sky recently, momentarily turning night into day. Look at that. Images of the phenomenon were captured by the Norwegian Meteor network. The network says people close to the meteor's path reported feeling a shock wave that blew doors and hatches open. Data suggests the meteor entered the Earth's atmosphere, traveling at a blinding speed of more than 9 miles per second, and caused a seismic event when it touched down. All the birds that evolved from the dinosaurs were probably like, this is what our ancestors warned us about. The hunt is now on, by the way, to locate parts of the meteor on the ground. You know, even the brightest of shooting stars often start as interns. Interns aren't always shown a lot of love, but one business owner is taking a fresh approach to inspire future generations. One of the newest members of the Local 12 family, Courtney Wheaton, tells us about the new internship created at a barbershop.
gallery at Gumbo, the motto is more than a barbershop. The staff building community one cut and conversation at a time. This summer, through the shop's pilot internship, the Broom Academy, Braxton and Jordan are learning what it means to work hard, get a paycheck, and put in a little elbow grease.
Not only have them help around the shop, but bring a youthful presence to the shop as well as learn some of the business etiquette revolved around running a small business.
The young men learn how to network, conduct business, and communicate with whoever sits down for a cut, from politicians and athletes to community leaders.
I want to be a filmmaker when I grow up, so I think getting a sense of real conversations with people on a day-to-day basis is really good for me if I want to tackle issues like that.
The teens also take turns curating the art gallery in the rear of the shop.
Statues of power in our community, but also being a person at the end of the day also.
Each task completed builds confidence.
I want to become the President of the United States of America, and also I want to start my own company, and this kind of allows me to learn some of the ins and outs of starting your own business.
As teens are losing their lives on the streets in Cincinnati, Jordan's mother says the shop is a safe place where positivity always prevails.
What it means to see people working and actually be a person who is working, also giving him new ways to look at what is possible.
We want them to be here instead of out there, and at the same time be out there with them.
The owner tells me this is a pilot program, and in the future he hopes to work with Cincinnati Public Schools, and there will be a heavy selection process to decide which students would benefit from this type of program. In Over the Rhine, Courtney Wheaton, Local 12 News.
We've got time for one more to inspire. A man who runs a nonprofit here in my neck of the woods is incredibly grateful after our community came together to help him buy a brand new trailer so he can continue his calling. You get a double shot of Jenna Cisneros this week. She's giving Brightside Brad Underwood a run for his money. Here's Jenna with the story of God's dispatcher.
Every Tuesday morning,
thank you.
Cliff Niehaus wakes up bright and early to have hundreds of loaves of bread ready to distribute. He's the owner of God's Dispatcher, a nonprofit that collects food and donations to give to those in need. Their efforts benefit more than a dozen local food pantries and small ministries.
There was a man that did it, and I started helping him. And after I started helping him, I started seeing the joy of helping others.
That mission to help others became quite the challenge back in April. Their original trailer was stolen from the parking lot of Cliff's retirement community in Mount Healthy.
I just begin to cry because I know the need of people, and I know that we have to have that trailer to feed the poor.
But with a will, there's a way. And even in the moments where they didn't know what would come next, Cliff and his volunteers continued serving, all while the community helped raise the funds to purchase Cliff a brand new trailer.
The new trailer allows them to pick up more food. In today's load, it's about 280 trays. That's more than 3,000 loaves of bread.
They have been our sole source of bread for almost 10 years.
You know, without Cliff and other suppliers, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
And at 82 years old, the joy and spark of helping others doesn't get old.
Love you too, Bob. God bless you.
Making an incredible impact on this community, he does it with all his heart.
I thank you now, most of all because you're helping me help other people.
Jenna Cisneros, Local 12 News.
A lot of people trying to do good things out there, like a lot of people. And sometimes other people need to be reminded that there are good people trying to do good things. So share this video because maybe someone you know needs to take a look on the bright side.